Welcome back from the break. Thank you so much for staying on the show with us. We're talking to Dr. Javed Usman, and we're talking in detail about pan and gutka and chalia. Dr. Usman, before the break, you were saying that it's the habit that is developed over years which becomes very harmful for people eating pan. And you also said that it is the combination of all of these things together that make it much more lethal. How about casual pan eaters? You know, there's some people who'll have maybe 1 pan or 2 pans a week or once in a while. It's very, if you see it, this is very rare. Normally people, if they are into the habit of eating pan, then they are in the habit of eating tobaccos also. That's constantly in and it's a constant. And with things becoming more sophisticated, like pan paraks for that matter, and different kinds of fancy chalias now.
उसमें ये फर्क होता है भाई, उसको सिर्फ पकाया जाता है पानी में, जैसे पानी होता है उसको बॉईल किया जाता है, बॉईल करने के बाद चीनी मिक्स होती है, अदरवाइज जो भी उनका फार्मूला होता है उसको पका के जब ये पूरा आप जोश ले लेते हो ना, तो छालिया ऑटोमेटिकली कलर हो जाती है। जर्दे का रंग जो आता है बिरयानी में डलता है, चावलों में डलता है, इसी तरह छालिया का कलर आता है यार, खाने के इस्तेमाल में जो होता है। मेरा भाई वो सेटिस्फाई होता है ना, रजिस्टर्ड होता है। ये थोड़ी कि आप हुकूमत जाके उधर चेक नहीं करती है, बाकायदा हर महीने उनकी जाके वो होती है, जांच पड़ताल होती है जाके। I thought they
probably lace it with chemicals, or you know, in the middle there was that huge thing, you know, there's this particular chalia and avoid that because they're lacing it with heroin. That's why it's so addictive.
Yes. And now you see, like in pan parak for that matter, what they're doing is they have, we don't even know because there's no ingredients written on the list. So most of the time you end up eating something which you really don't know about it. So
what is gutka?
Gutka is just something, I suppose, which where they add tobacco leaves to this already concoction of pan, and main puri gutkas, because there are different varieties of pan masalas.
Pan masala.
It's a pan masala.
So again, it's pure chemical sort of.
They combine it, and because it's like I suppose so far we haven't come across any clear-cut manufacturing way of all these things.
मुझे असल में गुटकों की बेहिसाब आदत थी, लेकिन उसके नुकसानात बहुत हुए। गुटका भाई, मैंने एक चैनल देखा था KTN, जिन दिनों में गुटके वालों को पकड़े जा रहे थे ना, तो वहाँ गुटके वालों को भी दिखाया था, तो आखिर में जो दिखाया था वो हीरोइन का पानी मिलाते हुए, उस वक्त से मेरा दिल टूट गया।
There are no films available, so you know what we can see is that what we can.
Yeah, but they're usually made in very sort of unhygienic environments as well.
Like I said, that
there's no monitoring.
There's no monitoring of all these products. Like you have other edible things which are being monitored, and you've got bodies which. But I'm doubtful whether there's a body which is monitoring the manufacture,
the quality of
chalia.
बहुत ज़्यादा बेइंतहा इसके अंदर ये देखें, ये कुछ इसमें नट्स हैं, ये बैटल नट्स कहलाती हैं। इसके बैटल नट्स, इसके अंदर कुछ बहुत बारीक जो ना दिखने वाले कीड़े भी मौजूद होते हैं, जो इंसान के गाल के इनसाइड के एरिया को, यानी टीथ के बराबर के एरिया को, सबको ख़राब करते चले जाते हैं।
So if you are continuously chewing, so the problem comes in because you see, like your lining of your mouth, they get kind of thick. Like I can open my mouth, but if you continuously eat the pan parak right from the beginning, like from childhood, then the lining inside the mouth becomes so thick that we call it mucosal fibrosis. What happens is that everything becomes so thick that you can't open your mouth.
That is one of the first symptoms as well, isn't it? That you know that you're really, sometimes it happens.
Right. Now in Karachi, if you look at it, then in Karachi there are this, maybe because of in the ethnic communities, if you go to look at it, that the Mahajirs and people who have come from India, they are taking the traditions.
खाने वाला भोज है, पंजाब में पंजाबी लोग ज़्यादा पान गुटखा इस्तेमाल नहीं करते हैं, वो अपना दूध लस्सी दही ये चीज़ ज़्यादा इस्तेमाल करते हैं। कराची वाले पान गुटखा छालिया नस्वार बीड़ी सिगरेट ये यहाँ इस चीज़ का इस्तेमाल ज़्यादा है।
The people from NWFP, they are taking the tradition because they put them naswar. The naswar they just keep it in the mouth, so which is quite valid.
नस्वार में कोई नुकसान नहीं है, कोई भी नुकसान नहीं है। जब उसको सही तरीके से रखे तो कोई नुकसान नहीं देते। सिगरेट और छालिया वगैरह, ये गुड़ का, ये सब चीज़ें नुकसान देते हैं।
And raw tobacco that they put inside their mouth, because it's raw tobacco.
Yes. So addiction is to both the products. Whether you smoke a tobacco, you eat a tobacco, you chew a tobacco, or for that matter, the shishas are, like I said. Now shishas are becoming very common now. You go into Zamzamas, half of the Zamzamas
absolutely
coffee shops they are all offering shishas, and people think that this is very safe because they justify it because it's like it goes through the water and a long tube, but eventually
वो नुकसान ये रोक लेता है पानी जो है, क्योंकि ये 99% आजकल चल रहा है, कोई नुकसान नहीं। नुकसान जो है वो टोबैको का है, तंबाकू जो है गवर्नर ने भी दिया था, तकरीबन अखबार में भी दिया था, जंग न्यूज़ में कहने लगा शीशे बंद कर देंगे, मगर बंद नहीं हुआ क्योंकि इसका कोई नुकसान नहीं है। मेरे पास कुछ ऐसे आए थे, मेरे पास कुछ लोग आए थे।
It has the same effect as cigarette.
As harmful as smoking.
As harmful as cigarettes, yes. They found out that it is as harmful as smoking.
I had seen some images, Dr. Usman, of oral cancers. Somebody had passed on an email, and it was horrific. Like they have to cut your cheek out.
Yes. Sometimes they have to take out the jaws, the cheek, and all that.
I mean, and you're incapable of ever drinking water normally, eating food normally if you have a gap in your face.
It's disfiguring. It's not only disfiguring, but it's horrific. Plus, by the time it has been realized that one has cancer, it's almost too late.
Okay, if one does have the habit, obviously the most obvious thing that comes to mind is that mothers should kill their habit.
Yes.
Parents should kill their habit because it doesn't enhance.
I suppose this is more important
children.
Because first of all, the mother I think it should start from the house.
Exactly.
And then it should go to the school also. Because from there, actually, you see, the habit starts at home. If the children are adopting this at a very tender age, say from 5 to 7, 6 years, so then it's going to be harmful for them. And then afterwards, I think the more I think it is the duty of a mother that she should go to the school and ask the teachers also whether they are
not being served in the tuck shops or the canteens.
Because you see, you go and see that in a tuck shop, the most readily available item is your suparis.
But then if somebody is addicted, I think this is very important, Dr. Usman. How do you break the habit?
Strong will and psychoanalysis. People should go to a doctor. And like I work in family medicine department. We train our doctors also. These are all general practitioners, family physicians, and we are trying that they should all understand and talk to their patients about these habits. So the habits can be ameliorated and they can be changed, of course.
Sadly, I think the problem is that usually people tend to have a reality check when it's a little late. When there's a problem.
When there's a problem,
most smokers, uncles, aunts who've given up smoking as if they've, discovered they have a heart condition now.
For this suparis and all this, most of the time people would come to you once they are unable to open their mouth, and that's the time when they come, and that's the time when we also tell them that, of course, this is something. So I suppose that mouth checkups are important. Dentist checkups are important. And there should be mass dental checkups.
Once in 6 months, I've heard.
At least in the schools, even if something starts in a school, also that should be a matter of real interest to everybody. Yes.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, with that, thank you so much for your time, Dr. Usman.
Try to picture an image of a person who's got a gutka in a mouth and is speaking. He is using all his muscles of face, and the horrible face that you see, if he himself or she himself sees that, I think they would
give up immediately. I think we should give a visual like that. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Usman.
Pleasure. Thank you so much. Right.
With that, please don't go too far. We are going to go on a short commercial break, not a shirt commercial break, a short commercial break. And we will be talking in detail about the effects of nicotine when we come back, so don't go too far.